You've been underestimating yourself so severely that existence had to intervene. Yeah, I'm addressing you directly. Before you try dismissing this, listen for a moment, because what I'm about to articulate might clarify the past few months of your life more accurately than anything you've encountered. When you can't recognize your own value, life starts positioning you in circumstances that force you to notice it. Consider how the last year unfolded. People you contorted yourself for gone. Opportunities you thought were essential dissolved. Things you thought you needed didn't last. None of that occurred because you were unworthy. It occurred because you were settling catastrophically below your level, and your life was communicating they're designed for more than this. So let me tell you something uncomfortable but liberating. When you don't recognize your worth, you select people who can't recognize it either. You accept treatment you'd never permit if you actually believed in your value. You contract yourself in spaces you were designed to command. But when life wants you to elevate, it starts eliminating anything requiring you to be small. So if lately you've been experiencing isolation, disconnection, being overlooked, I want you to consider something most people never do. What if the rejection wasn't about losing something, but about outgrowing it? Life doesn't strip you down because you're failing. It strips you down to reveal who you were before you learned to doubt yourself. There's a version of you that you haven't encountered yet. A version that doesn't plead for affection, doesn't question every selection, doesn't settle for minimal effort people. Here's the remarkable part. You felt glimpses of that version. Those moments where you suddenly access confidence from nowhere. Those days where you think, wait, maybe I am built for more. That's the authentic you. But you talk yourself out of it because you've spent too long believing the diluted version. Life is now pushing you into moments where you have to choose differently, where you can't fabricate confidence anymore, where the old you literally doesn't fit. That pressure you feel, that I don't know who I am right now sensation, that's the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. Stay on the bridge. This is the part requiring careful attention. Life demonstrates your worth by removing anyone who doesn't treat you like you possess any. Consider that separation, that friendship you outgrew, that job that depleted you, that situation that collapsed. You thought you were losing stability, but you were losing the version of you that tolerated fragments. Your worth isn't going to manifest as compliments. It's going to manifest as what you stop accepting. It'll appear as moments you finally articulate no, as people who can't manipulate your emotions anymore, as the shift where you don't chase, you don't beg, you don't contract. Life will keep removing elements until you comprehend it. When you do, everything starts aligning with who you actually are, not who you pretended to be to maintain people around. If what we're exploring here is striking something real in you, if you're recognizing your own experience in these words, I'd genuinely appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. We're creating content for people who are done settling and ready to step into their actual worth. Your subscription helps us reach others who need this wake-up call. Please take a moment and subscribe. Now let's talk about what happens when you finally get it. Here's something most don't believe until it occurs. Right when you think nothing is functioning, everything starts aligning behind the scenes. Opportunities start materializing at the exact time you stop doubting yourself. People who actually respect you begin crossing your path. Your intuition gets louder. Your peace becomes non-negotiable. Suddenly your life starts reflecting a value you never recognized before. Your next season depends on whether you finally believe you're worth more than the bare minimum. Stop requesting permission to rise. Stop making yourself small just to make other people comfortable. Your worth isn't something you discover. It's something you remember. The fact that you're absorbing this right now, that's your life communicating you don't see it yet, but you're about to. Life has been orchestrating this recognition for longer than you realize. Every door that closed wasn't rejection. It was redirection away from situations that required you to diminish yourself. Every person who walked away wasn't abandonment. It was creation of space for people who can actually meet you at your level. Every plan that fell apart wasn't failure. It was protection from paths that would have kept you playing small. You've been interpreting loss as evidence you're not enough when it was actually evidence you're too much for what you were trying to fit into. The relationships that ended, they didn't end because you lacked value. They ended because staying would have required you to keep pretending you had less value than you do. The opportunities that dissolved, they didn't dissolve because you weren't qualified. They dissolved because accepting them would have locked you into a reality beneath your capacity. The situations that felt like rejection, they weren't the universe saying you're not worthy. They were the universe saying you're worth more than this. Stop interpreting closed doors as personal failure. Start recognizing them as divine intervention protecting you from settling. Your worth isn't something external that gets bestowed upon you when you finally achieve enough or become enough or prove enough. Your worth is intrinsic. It existed before you started doubting it. It exists now even though you're still learning to recognize it. It will exist regardless of whether anyone else acknowledges it. The work isn't building worth. The work is removing all the conditioning that convinced you it was ever in question. You've been walking around with inherent value while treating yourself like you need to earn it. You've been operating from a belief system that says your worth is conditional, that it fluctuates based on performance or approval or circumstances. That belief system is what's been keeping you stuck in situations that don't serve you, with people who don't appreciate you, in patterns that don't reflect who you actually are. Life has been trying to wake you up to this for months, maybe years. The restlessness you've been feeling, that's not dissatisfaction with your life. That's dissatisfaction with how you've been treating yourself within your life. The discomfort you've been experiencing, that's not evidence something's wrong with you. That's evidence you've outgrown the version of yourself who accepts less than you deserve. The loneliness you've been navigating, that's not punishment for being unworthy. That's the natural consequence of your frequency changing while your environment hasn't caught up yet. You're vibrating at a different level now. The people and situations that matched your old frequency don't resonate anymore. That's not loss. That's evolution. Before we close, I want to ask something. If this message has activated something in you, if you're feeling the truth of your own worth starting to surface, please subscribe to the channel. We're going deeper into building unshakable self-worth in upcoming content. And staying connected means you'll have the support you need as you step into this next version of yourself. Please take a moment and subscribe. Stop waiting for someone else to validate what you already are. Stop looking for external confirmation before you'll believe in your own value. Stop postponing your life until you feel worthy enough to claim it. You are worthy now, not because you've done everything right, not because you've achieved some arbitrary standard, not because you've finally become the person you think you should be. You're worthy because you exist. That's it. That's the whole equation. Your worth isn't earned or proven or validated. It's inherent. It's non-negotiable. It's not up for debate or dependent on anyone else's perception. The moment you genuinely internalize that, everything changes. Not because the external world suddenly starts treating you better, but because you start treating yourself better. You start making choices from worth instead of from lack. You start setting boundaries from self-respect instead of from fear of loss. You start showing up as yourself instead of as whatever version you think others need you to be. That shift in how you relate to yourself creates a shift in what you attract and what you tolerate. You stop accepting crumbs because you finally recognize you deserve the whole meal. You stop settling for almost because you finally believe you're worth exactly what you want. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never designed for your full expression. Your life is about to demonstrate who you've been all along, not who you'll become if you work hard enough or heal enough or grow enough. Who you already are beneath all the doubt and conditioning and fear. That person has been waiting for you to remember them. They've been sending signals through your restlessness, through your dissatisfaction, through every moment you felt like you were meant for more. This is your moment to finally listen. To finally see yourself the way life has been seeing you all along. To finally step into the worth that's been yours from the beginning. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop playing small. Stop accepting less. Your life is about to show you who you've been all along. And once you see it, you'll never unsee it again.